What's up, guys? How are you doing? Friday, December 12th, around 1:45 here on the East Coast. I was going to do this in a couple hours, and then Wayne's were over. Our girl, Jillian, the Savage Robertson, looked phenomenal. She looked real good. I cannot wait. That's tomorrow night. Hopefully, we'll talk to G live tomorrow. Main event, Cap, Royval, weighed in. So we're all good. But we're not here for that. We're going to start doing this. We got after Saturday night, we have around 42 days, 41 days with not a lot of UFC content out there. So we're going to create it ourselves. So real quick, yesterday, if you don't follow us on Instagram, Fight Bananas Official, I put on a little IG story. And what I wrote was just, give me a crazy take. Give me a crazy UFC 2026 take. And you guys are awesome. I said, I'll take 5 of them. There's were like 14, 15 of them. Some were crazier than others. Some were super obvious. Some were like, there's going to be a new, welterweight champion. The welterweights are stacked, but, so on and so on. But there was 5 that I took, and I think will be conversational, and, we'll have fun. We'll have fun. We're going to do this, like I said, guys. We have 40 days with not a lot of content, so we'll get into it. Of course, chime in, but I'm going to try to go through it. We do a lot of Q&As on our other shows. I'm going to try to keep the questions, if you guys are watching now, to a minimal to get through it. Maybe at the end, I'll come back and get on some of these. So, all right, 5 crazy UFC 2026 takes. I'll start it, and we'll take it from there. All right, first one I saw. I should have wrote down the names of the people, but I don't know. Maybe they don't want to be involved on it. But first one I saw was, first crazy take, Shavkat Rakhmonov will dominate Islam Makhachev. So that's your take. I'm going to agree or disagree. We'll get into each one. Some I love, some I don't. This one, guys, no one will dominate Islam Makhachev. I'm just going to disagree with this right away. For one, anyone can get caught. I don't think that's a domination. I think what Chimaev did to Dricus du Plessis is a domination. That's what I, define UFC domination. Anyone can get knocked out. To me, Ilya didn't dominate Max Holloway. Actually, Max did really good in the first round on his feet. Got caught, got clipped, and Ilya is the guy to do it. So when you say Shavkat Rakhmonov is going to dominate Islam Makhachev, I disagree. I don't think anyone will dominate Islam Makhachev. Chimaev, John Jones, anyone on this planet, I think I'm that high on Islam. And to be really honest, I don't think Shavkat, great comment. I thought I wasn't going to do this, but Sean's the man, so I got to. He's totally right on this. Shavkat didn't even dominate Ian Gary. And I think we all think Islam is on a higher level than Ian Gary, Benoit's on, and so on. So that's number one. Disagree. I do not think Shavkat Rakhmonov will dominate Islam Makhachev. All right, number 2. They said at UFC 326, Charles Oliveira will knock out Max Holloway. I went back and forth on this one. I think that's a fun take. He's the underdog. Crazy take. That's what we're doing here. We're having some fun. I'm going to disagree with this one as well. I don't think Charles Oliveira is going to beat Max Holloway. Love us some Max Holloway, right? And 2, if he did, I don't see him knocking out Max Holloway, right? Like Max Holloway, to me, what Ilia Topuria did is not in Charles Oliveira's tool shed. To me, it's not. Charles could win. He can win a decision. He can win a back and forth war. Of course, he can submit him. There's other things he can do. God forbid he can out-grapple Max Holloway. I think he can. I don't see Charles Oliveira knocking out Max Holloway. That's UFC 326. So that's 1, Shavkat Rakhmonov will dominate Islam. 2, Charles will knock out Max. Number 3, crazy take of UFC 2026. They said Conor McGregor, and all this, guys, it's not me. This is all you guys. Fight Bananas Official. We did a question in our stories. You guys are on the show. You guys are creating the show. Their number 3 was Conor McGregor will fight in the welterweight division in 2026. This one I'm going to agree with. So I got 2 no's. Third one, I'm going to give a yes. I agree. I think Conor will fight as a welterweight. I think his first fight could be as a welterweight. That White House, I don't think him and Chandler, that could be a welterweight matchup. Of course, it could be a lightweight. If he wins that fight or loses that fight, I think regardless his next fight's a welterweight. I can see Conor McGregor fighting in 2026 in the UFC as a welterweight. I'm going to agree with that one. Crazy take. I'm with it. 2 left. We will see a first ever 3 divisional champion, and they did in quotations, Chama. So that's Alex Pereira, right? That's Poatan. First ever 3. All right, I got to give Sean his love. McGregor should fight in the enhanced games. I like it. All right. Number 4, crazy take. We will see our first ever 3 divisional champion in 2026. They did mention Poatan. I'm going to agree with this. I think Poatan could win the UFC heavyweight championship. I think he can. And I know you didn't just make this for Poatan. It can happen in different ones. Do you think Islam or Ilya? Who's another guy? Chimaev never won a welterweight. So probably your only 3 options are Poatan, Ilya, and Islam. And what happened if they really do Ilya, Islam at 170? They could. But I'm going to go. I know it sounds crazy. That's what we're doing here. Crazy Takes 2026. I'm going to say yes. I think Poatan will fight for the UFC heavyweight championship, and I think he can win it. Will he be a favorite over Jones? Probably not. Will he be a favorite over Aspinall? Probably not. If they did some kind of interim with Cyril Gane, I think he would be the Ben favorite. I know Gane's a monster. He's ginormous. But I would have Poatan in that fight, and I don't know. I think you guys would have too. So there we go. 4 out of the 5 crazy takes. 1 was Shavkat will dominate Islam. Another one, Charles will knock out Max Holloway in the main event at UFC 326 for the BMF title. Conor McGregor will fight as a welterweight. We will see our first 3 divisional champ. And then the number 1, this is one of our buddies who comes on the shows, talks on the shows. He wrote, the UFC White House card will be a flop. One, I don't know how crazy of a take that is because I think it's polarizing. I don't know if it's a crazy take, but it was so good. It's such a good talking point. I want to talk about it. It's wild because there's only I don't think there's not a lot of middle ground. There's not a lot of gray. There's black or there's white. There's yes or there's no. There's not a lot of maybe in here. And when I say that is, I do think us as a fan base, us as MMA fans, UFC fans of the fight game, I do think we're talking about it too much. I think we're overblowing the card. I think we're thinking these creative fights that are just not going to happen. Like, if I got to hear Nate Diaz one more time in the White House card, it's just not happening. Like, Nate Diaz is not coming back. Also, too, like, you hear these mega names. Oh, just put them on the prelim. Guys, some of these fighters, I hate to burst your bubble. They're how much they get paid, ego. There's a lot of guys who are not going to want to be on prelim fighters. Like even Sugar, how he said it, he's kind of joking about it, but there's some truth of him being, I'm not on a co-main event. Like with him, that's a normal UFC card, UFC 324. So there's some truth to that. So with that being said, I don't think it's going to be flop because one, I think solid expectations. I think it's going to be a great card. I think it's going to be the card of the year of 2026. I don't think in a make-believe, I don't think it's going to be Captain America versus Hulk on the card. I just don't think that. I don't think we're going to see King Kong versus Godzilla. I think we're going to see an all-time MMA card, and I think we're going to see the best card of 2026. So with those are my expectations, I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of big fights. We're going to see multiple main events. I think there will be 3 or 4 main events on this one card. If it is a Jones or a Conor, or I would assume an Ilya, right? Like we're going to see the biggest names on. I would have definitely assumed we're going to see Poatan somewhere on this card for sure. Like we're going to see 4 or 5 headliners all up and down the card. This is a great point right here. UFC White House going to equal to probably like UFC 300. But you ready for this one? This is just me. I think the White House card is going to be better than 300. I do. Look at the UFC 300. There's a couple disconnects on it. I think on the main card, Cody Brundage was on the main card. I know they were trying to elevate at that time Bo Nickel, but it was Cody Brundage versus Bo Nickel on the main card. We're not going to see that at the White House. Also, remember, it was Wei Li versus Yan, right? Like Zhang Wang, right? She was on the card. Like I don't think we're going to get that. Best card in theory. Oh, like what I think, Jake? Like, I do think we're going to see some kind of Jones, Aspinall, Poetan. We're getting something in there. If they can trust in Jones, I do think we're going to see Jones versus Poetan. If they can't, maybe it's Poetan versus Aspinall. God forbid what they did Aspinall versus Gane and Gane beats them. Maybe it's Poetan and Gane. I don't think he will. So I think somewhere in that, Poetan, Jones, and Aspinall. I've said this, and I will be out on this limb. I do believe Conor McGregor will be on this card. Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Another fight I think I feel strong about. I feel good about, we're going to see Ilia Topuria versus Patty. Ilia versus Gaethje, the American thing. I think that's a big option. And then two other fights I think I'm going to throw at you right now. I do think if Sugar Sean O'Malley wins in January, one, if Merab's healthy, they might do that rematch right away, or they will just put Merab on ice. And I hate to say that. I do think we can see a Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. I think Chimaev versus Fluffy Hernandez. If Fluffy Hernandez wins that first big fight night of the year in Houston versus Sean Strickland, I think Fluffy Hernandez versus Chimaev. Like, these are the fights I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot of very, very good fights on there. Maybe Kayla. I can see Kayla defending her championship versus a Valentina Shevchenko. Maybe not even this. How about a rematch? Maybe Amanda versus Kayla too, if that fight's good enough. I think there will be Kayla Harrison will be on the card. And then there's other really good fights. Like, I'm just going to, I don't think this fight, but I'm throwing it out there. There's a lot of buzz behind Michael Morales versus Carlos Prats. Like, we're going to see really good fights like that. You know what I mean? And God forbid if Sean Brady really moves to lightweight, how about Sean Brady versus, Moicano? You know what I mean? Like, good stuff like that. We're going to see top 5, top 7, good fights, good fighter. Peyton Tablet's on fire. What if he wins again in March or April and Tablet versus, top 5 guy? You know what I mean? Like, we're going to get some, that's the prelims, are these really, really great up-and-comers, Morales and Tablet, and, a lot of good stuff. So Mackenzie Dern versus G, we'll see. So there we go. That's kind of my theory on the White House. So let's recap. You guys put this out here, and I'm going to do this, I'm telling you, for the next 40 days. Every other day, I'm going to put up a different topic. You guys, Fight Bananas Official on IG, just put in your questions or put in your takes. I will pick 5 each week. I'm going to put heavyweights. We're going to just go down, fun stuff, best rivalries we think that will happen in the future. I got some good ideas. We're going to stay busy. We're not just going to go away. I think after this Tuesday, or it will be our last Tuesday show, our big banner Tuesday show will go away probably for a couple weeks to give everyone some time and space. But I'm going to come up at least 2-3 times a week to do these. So you guys talked about your 5 hot takes, crazy takes of 2026 UFC. Shavkat will dominate Islam Makhachev. I disagree. Charles Oliveira will knock out Max Holloway. I disagree. Conor McGregor will fight in the welterweight division. I agree. We will see our first ever 3-divisional champ. I agree. And the White House will flop. I disagree. So I'm with you on 2. Dave, we need a card break during that time. Sean, it's a done deal. I've been ready for it. As soon as we get L or Grant, I don't know, maybe we'll get one of you guys to do it on on the Zoom with me. I'm ready. I think even Santa's got me a couple underneath the tree as well. So we'll definitely do some card breaks for sure. And collab. Yep. So all right, there we go. That was it. That was the show. Let's see if you guys, hey, drop in anything right now. I got some time. Michael Morales says he's facing JDM for a White House card. Yeah, I can see that. That's a great fight. The ex-champion who's still super young, very good, very talented JDM. Michael Morales on the rise. The winner of that, especially if it's Morales, fights for the world championship next. So those are the fights I foresee will be the prelim type of fights. And then the 5 main cards are your Yan defending his championship, Chimaev defending his championship, Topuria defending his championship, Jones, probably like a Poetan and a Conor. I think that's the 5. I think that's a 5. I think Volkanovski can do that as well because he's defending his title early. Chimaev light heavyweight champ by end of 2026. Oh, Sean, that's your crazy take? Okay. I don't mind that actually. Because I can see that because I see Poatan moving up. So now we're going to have a Yuri versus Olberg fight. I think sooner than later. I've been hearing a lot of chatter on that. Like that's a March or an April. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then Chimaev can move up, especially if he doesn't want to fight for the middleweight championship. Sean, I like that one. That one I like. Please say hi to Jacques Legoff. Who's that? Jacques Legoff? I don't know who that is. I don't know if I should be putting it up there, but I'm going to assume. I'm going to trust in you guys. So, all right. Hi. I have this feeling Osmat Makhachev could be champ. Yes. Now there's how many didn't we see 10 or we saw 10 new champions in 2025. So I don't think we're going to see 10 next year. This was a very big transition year, especially with Islam and Ilya both moving up together, kind of created more championships. I don't think we're going to see 10, but I think we will definitely see more new champions in 2026. What's up, John? John Dong, what's up? All right, if no more questions, I'm rolling. Guys, tomorrow night's UFC Vegas 112. Also, John Cena's last wrestling match. If you're into that at all, it's a big thing here in the wrestling world. When Jillian Robertson wins tomorrow night, she will be coming on live on Fight Bananas. It's a ritual. We've done it 4 or 5 times. Her post-fight win interview will be here on Fight Bananas. So, guys, tomorrow night, if you're interested in that, check with us. I will try to put some kind of time schedule, but it's crazy after the fights. You just never know. G gets back to her hotel. She calls me right away and says, Dave, give me 5 minutes and let's do it. And I will drive to the studio. We'll make it happen. So tomorrow night, Jillian Robertson live here on Fight Bananas. Last one. Can we get Aspinall versus Jones and Poatan versus Gane for the White House? That would be awesome. Yeah, we can see both for sure. For sure. And I kind of think it's a weird backup. If they do the Jones Aspinall and some kind of bullcrap happens, they can just like up Poatan against Aspinall. I feel like it's a little bit of a backup plan. So yeah, I can see that. I can see both of those. That'd be a big. How lucky is Cyril Gane? That guy just gets a lottery ticket after lottery ticket after lottery ticket. Am I right? Crazy. I want to see. I told you if Derek Lewis knocks out Waldo, I want them to skip Gane. I want Derek Lewis Aspinall at the White House. I just want them to skip it. Just give me Derek Lewis versus Aspinall. I would love it. All right, guys, I'm out. Appreciate it. We're going to be doing this a couple days a week for the next 40 days. This was UFC 2026 Crazy Takes from you guys, and I love answering your questions. So there we go. Oh, one more. Brandon Morano. Making a quick turnaround versus, I know. I think it's very quick, actually, because I was lucky enough. I was there live at UFC 323. Even Brandon's family sat in front of us. Kind of cool. I don't think people realize he got knocked down on that slam. He was concussed or knocked out, whatever you want to say. Then he got woke up by strikes and didn't know what to do really. And that guy was there punching blows. So it's a very quick turnaround. Also to make the weight cut. And that's a underrated opponent that Brandon's fighting. Yeah, Asu is very good. Very good. Hi to you. Gane would beat Lewis in the first round. No. Derek Lewis. Forever and always. Maybe. Gane's good. I'm just over it. Gane's really good. I'm over it, though. Waldo Cortez Acosta, future champion. He could be. The heavyweight division's thin. He's hot right now. The one thing I would say is he Waldo too many times, chin up, hands, let's go. And he's so powerful, he does connect and he puts people out, but he can get connected too, especially when you go to the higher level. His fights, next one against Derek Lewis, if he wins, it's an Aspinall, Gane, or Poatan. That's all that's ahead there. I don't think he can get it done. I wouldn't bet on it, but I can see it. All right, I'm out. Guys, appreciate it. Fight Bananas, Dave Van Auken. I appreciate you guys. Fight Bananas Official on IG. Every other day there's a story. You put it in, come on the show. We'll see you guys then. See you guys tomorrow night when we talk to Jillian the Savage